we had covered the first segment, which was the attraction principle. That we can see that everyone is attracted to something or the other, right? We are attracted to our parents. The cub is attracted to the lion. The grandparents are attracted to the children. See, therefore, Mahir has gone from India to USA because he's attracted to the grandparents. He's attracted to his relatives. So we saw this attraction principle, how we, in our constitutional position, are actually attracted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who possesses the six opulences, but we've forgotten it. This brings us to the second segment, which is that Supreme Lord is actually the boss or the master, and the living entity is actually, the soul is actually the servant. Okay. So we'll see this segment in detail, and I will ask many questions in between. So you can also take down notes or hear it attentively. So God is the supreme person, and all the souls are his eternal servants. Okay. So there is one phenomena that we can see in the whole world. That is that you have to hear it attentively, because today's class can be a little technical. The plural subordinate serve the singular supreme. So we can see in the whole world that there are many plural subordinates. Subordinate means servant, so the one who serve, and plural means many in the quantity. So the plural subordinates actually serve the singular supreme. The supreme is the boss, and he is single. That means he is one. He is the quantitatively he is one. We can define him quantitatively to being one. So there is one example, like the students follow the rules which are set by the principal, and in turn they receive education, training, and degree. Right? Then there are employees who serve the plans of the CEO, and in return, what do they get? They get salary, perks, and facilities. Then there are citizens who align by the laws made by the Prime Minister, and in turn, they get social welfare facilities. Right? So we can see that the students are plural subordinates. The employees are plural subordinates. The citizens are plural subordinates. And whom are they serving? The singular supreme. Right? The principal is the singular and the supreme. The CEO is the singular and the supreme. The Prime Minister is singular and supreme. And the subordinates, the one who are serving, they are plural. So there is one verse which comes in the Vedas. It says, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. So this means, see, what does this mean? This means that all the spirit souls, all the living entities of the world, all the spirit souls actually serve the Supreme Lord, and in turn they receive eternal happiness. So God is eternal, okay, and we are eternal. So can someone tell me, how are we eternal? What makes us eternal?
Our soul.
Yes. Our soul makes us eternal. So we are not this body, and we are the soul, and that is why we are eternal. So God is eternal, we are eternal. God is super soul, right? He is super soul. So he is the singular supreme super soul, and we all are plural subordinates. We are the part and parcel of that super soul. So we are the fragmented souls who are the part and parcel of that super soul. And because that super soul is eternal, he never dies. Therefore, the part and parcel of that super soul, of that singular supreme, we, the souls, the living entity, we are also eternal. Similarly, the super soul, God, is conscious. Therefore, the part and parcel, the soul, that is also conscious. But what is the difference? The only difference is that God is one. We are many. Right? He is one. We are many. He is the singular supreme, and we are the plural subordinates. This is the only difference. And therefore, see, your hand is serving the whole body, right? It is picking up food and putting inside the belly. The belly, another body part, is serving by digesting the food. If you cut off the hand, will it be of any use? No, it will be useless, completely useless. As long as the hand is with the body, it is connected to the body, it is attached to the body, it is serving the body. The hand, the legs, the stomach, they are useful. But when they're cut off, they're of no use. Similarly, as long as the parts, the soul, the living entity is connected to the whole, that means who is the whole, Devin? Who is the whole?
Krishna.
Yes. So as long as the parts are connected to the whole, they're serving the whole, we have utility. We have a purpose, right? Therefore, we get happiness and nourishment. But when we forget God, when we turn away from God, then we are useless. And then we get misery and sufferings, right? So therefore, okay, before coming to this, therefore we have to serve God and align to God, right? So we can take the example of a father. I'll share this later. So we can take the example of a father who sends the child to an engineering college. He gives him some amount of rupees and he expects that the child follows the plan of the father. Now, what is the plan of the father? He wants that the child invests the money in the food. The child invests the money in buying the books and studying. But what happens is the father sees that the reports of the child, 0, 0, 0. And he thinks, where is he investing all the money that I'm giving him? Then he gets to know that the child is diverted from the path. And he is investing all the money in going to cinema halls, in intoxication, in roaming with girls. So he's wasting all of that money. He is getting deviated from the path. Therefore, what does the father do? The father says, okay, you get out of the engineering college and you plow on the field because you're not utilizing, you're not aligning with my plan. So therefore, we are the children of God. And God, Krishna, also has a plan. He has a plan due to which he has sent us in this material world. Now, what is his plan? His plan is that he's providing us with many things. So you have to name. Mahir, you name one thing that Krishna is providing us.
Air to survive, water.
Okay. Sahir, another thing.
Food, like plants.
Yes, Arpan.
Like education on like this class, that too.
Yes.
Education
Krishna.
on that.
Yes, Shrey.
Happiness.
Happiness. Devil.
People to interact with.
Yes. So Krishna is providing us with so many things. Krishna is providing us air, water, cereals, grains, fruits, education, happiness, people, everything Krishna is providing us. So Krishna is providing us all of these things to remain fit, to remain healthy, and do what he wants. Now, what does Krishna wants us to do? There are 4 A's. The 4 A's what Krishna wants us to do. You can write this down, note this down. The 4 A's what Krishna wants us. The first is acceptance of God. Second is alignment with God. Third is acting for the pleasure of God. And fourth is acting on behalf of God. Okay, we'll discuss these 4 things in brief. So first is acceptance of God. So Krishna wants us to realize and understand his presence behind the whole cosmic manifestation, right? He wants us to realize, he wants us to understand his presence behind this cosmic manifestation, right? How can we see his presence behind this cosmic manifestation? We saw in the previous classes that an organization must have a dash. Fill in the blank.
Organizer.
Energy must have a energy must have an
Energizer.
energetic. Yes, energetic.
Yeah.
Design must have a
Designer.
Designer.
yes. Artistry must have an
Artist.
yes.
Artistry.
Yes, artistry must have an art. So we saw through all of these things the presence of Krishna, the presence of God behind the whole cosmic manifestation, right? So this is the first thing, acceptance of God. We accept that there is a supreme person. Through scientific knowledge, we accept that there is a supreme person behind this cosmic manifestation. Second thing, alignment with God. So now we'll understand this segment, alignment with God, in detail. That how can we align with God? We can align God with his words and instructions. So Sahil, how can we access Krishna's words and instructions?
We could read the Vedas or the Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, perfect. So we can access Krishna's instruction and words through the Bhagavad Gita. So in order to align with Krishna, we have to align with his words, his instructions. That means that we have to align with the Bhagavad Gita. We have to align with the Vedas. Now the Vedas or the Bhagavad Gita give us a life manual. What to do, what not to do, right? Now what not to do? We've also discussed the four no's that we don't have to do. I'll give you one example, then Shrey, you tell me the second one. No meat eating. And then second,
Like the things, right?
the four things that we don't have to do.
No drink.
Illicit sex.
Yes. No meat eating, no illicit sex. Third, Sahil.
No intoxication.
Yes. Fourth, Arpan, do you remember?
No killing, something like that.
No. No killing is no meat eating.
I
Anyone
remember the last one.
Okay. No meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex. Mahir?
No gambling.
Yes, no gambling.
Ah,
So these are the four things. Yes, you remembered, but it was behind the back of the memory. So these are the four things that we ought not to do. So avoiding illicit sex means that except one's wife, one should see every other woman as one's mother. So no extramarital or premarital affairs. This is avoiding the illicit sex. Then second is meat eating. That we don't have to kill other innocent animals, other innocent beings, right? One, the taste of the tongue. For example, you're having one animal in the breakfast, you're having one animal in the lunch, one animal in the dinner. So it is just one time the taste of the tongue, which you're considering more worthy to be the whole life of that animal. So therefore, we don't have to kill the innocent beings, right? Third was intoxication. Intoxication, if we drink and if we smoke, we destroy not only the body, but also the spiritual consciousness. And fourthly, gambling. Through gambling, we cheat, we loot, we adopt unethical means, right? So therefore, we have to avoid these four things. And then we have to align with Krishna. So aligning with Krishna brings us to one formula that you all can write. It is a match formula, MATCH, match formula. We have to match with Krishna. We have to align with Krishna. So the first thing that we have to do in order to align with God is M, mercy. See, if you are eating meat, you are sacrificing on the mercy. You are being cruel. You're not being merciful. So you're not abiding by this first principle to align with God, which is mercy. Okay, I will ask you these four A's and the match formula. So you have to hear it attentively. Second is A, match, M-A. A means austerity. Now, some people think that I want to drink, I will drink. I want to smoke, I will smoke. Yes, initially it may give little happiness, but it will destroy you, right? It will destroy your body, it will destroy your mind, it will destroy your consciousness. So it may give a little jerk of happiness, but a lifelong distress, lifelong misery, right? So therefore you have to maintain austerity, right? Austerity, tapasya, or austerity. So this is the match formula, M-A-T. T brings us to truthfulness. When you gamble, you cheat, you loot, you're not being truthful. So therefore, in order to be truthful, this is M-A-T. Then it brings us to C, cleanliness. Cleanliness means that when a boy and a girl freely mix together, they become unclean in their dealings. They become impure. So you have to maintain cleanliness. C. And the last one is H, holy names. So when you follow these 4 principles, mercy, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and chant the holy names of God, the match formula, then you're aligning with God. Okay. So, Mahir, what is the M in the match?
Mercy.
What is the A in the match, Arpan?
Can you see? I mercy.
Austerity. Austerity.
Austerity and there's cleanliness and there's
Yes.
truthfulness.
Yes. Austerity. T, Devin.
Truthfulness.
Yes. Shrey, C.
Cleanliness.
Yes, cleanliness. And okay, who will tell me the last one? H.
Holiness.
Arpan is giving hints.
I said holiness.
Yes, holy names. So the last one is H, holy names. So this is the match formula. M for mercy, A for austerity, T for truthfulness, C for cleanliness, and H for holy names. So this is the match formula, right? So we have to follow this so that we can align with God. And we also read about the A, B, C, D, E of spiritual life. I don't know how many of us remember this. The A, B, C, D, E of spiritual life. Does anyone recall? I'll give you a hint. A for association of devotees. B for Sahil?
Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, correct. Books, Bhagavad Gita. C. Mahir, C.
Chanting.
Yes, chanting. D must be difficult. I don't know if anyone of you remembers D.
Devotees.
A is devotees, association with devotees. D. D is diet. Diet means you're offering the food to the Lord and then having it. This means diet. And E. No. E means engagement and services. You're engaging yourself in serving Lord. You're engaging in services. So this is the A, B, C, D, E of spiritual life through which you align with Krishna. Then the third one is, so the first point was acceptance of God, aligning with God, then acting for the pleasure of God. You're doing every activity for the pleasure of God. And fourth is acting on behalf of God. So these are the 4 A's through which we can align with Krishna. Okay. Now Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham bija pradhapita. This means that I am the seed giving father. Aham, I, aham bija. Now bija means seed. Aham bija pradhapita. Pita means father. So aham bija pradhapita means that I am the seed giving father, the food giving father. Do you know? According to the Shastras, in the scriptures, it is written that there are 9 lakh equatics. Not in the quantity, but there are 9 lakh variety of equatics. And there are 20 lakh plants and animals. 20 lakh plants and animals, the variety. Now, how many of us can name few plants and animals? I know few names of some flowers. I know some names of some, some trees. But there are 20 lakh varieties. In the Shastras, it is given that there are 11 lakh reptiles and 4 lakh variety of humans. Total, there are 84 lakh of species that are existing in the material cosmos. 84 lakh variety of species. And Krishna says that I am the seed giving father to all of these 84 lakh variety of species. And then he says that you abide by my principles. Why? Krishna is so arrogant, no? So egoistic. He says you abide by my principles. You follow me. He is so egoistic, right? No. Why is Krishna telling us all of this? So that we can purify our heart. So that we can go back to Godhead, right? So that we, when we're aligning to Him, we are following the dharma of the soul. Now, what is the dharma of the soul? We will discuss this soon in our presentation. Okay, now there's a quiz. There is divine and there is demoniac. I will show you one side. You have to tell me the other side. So the demoniac rebel against God. So what will the divine do?
Accept God and surrender to God.
Yes, they will obey God.
Accept God's.
Yes, they will obey God's laws. So why do this is actually this is the major difference. Demoniac means asuras or the demons, and the divine means the bhaktas or the devotees. So the demoniac, they can't be patient. They want immediate pleasure. I cannot, the demoniac cannot chant and they will wait for God's mercy. They will do the services. No, they want immediate pleasure. They will do intoxication. They will do illicit sex. They will eat meat and they will break the 4 rules because they want pleasure. But the divine obey the God's laws. He abide by the principles that Krishna gives us. See, the demoniac, they are selfishly concerned about one's own gratification. Arpan, what will the divine do?
They're not concerned about their
Yes.
gratification, and
Yes, they're not concerned about
Sure.
their gratification. So they're
Sure, yeah.
selfless.
selfish.
Right? If they are selfish, they are selfless. If they are concerned about their gratification, they are concerned about serving others and not about themselves. Now, there is one hilarious story that comes in the Vedas. It is that once the demons went to Brahma and said, I want to know who are more powerful, the demons or the devotees. So the Brahma said, okay, we'll do one contest. So what happened was, there was this big hall in which food was being served, but on the entry, the demons and the in the hands of the demons and the devotees, bamboo stick were tied, so the hands were like this. They could not fold their hands. Okay, so bamboo stick were tied on the hands of the demons and the devotees, and they were allowed entry into the big hall wherein the prasadam or the food was being served. So the demons, they thought, my God, how will I have food now? Right? So they took the food, they bounced it up in the air, and they were just trying to swallow it when it was falling. The food was falling on their head, on their nose, on their clothes. They made all of the area dirty, but they were not able to feed themselves with one morsel of food. Right? So they said, my Lord, what is this bad arrangement that Brahmaji has made? Then the devotees were also, their hands were, tied with a bamboo stick. They were allowed entry into the hall when the food was being served. Now, what did they do? They thought that, okay, if I cannot feed myself, I can feed others. So they took the morsel of food and they gave it to another person's mouth. The other person gave it into the other person's mouth. So in this way, everyone was properly fed. No morsel of food was wasted. This tells us that the demoniac people are so selfish. They're concerned about only themselves. They're concerned about their own gratification. But devotees, they are selfless. They're not concerned about themselves, but they're concerned how we can help others, how we can serve others, right? So now the demoniac person says, I am a self-made man. What will be the consciousness of the divine?
That they help other people?
Yes, they help other people. So they are grateful to God. They help other people. They are selfless, right? They're grateful. They know that if I sow the seed, God will give the rain. They know they're grateful for the hands, the legs, the brain. They help others, right? So the demonic mentality is just do it. Just do it. Eat, drink, and enjoy. What will be the mentality of the divine?
They do what's best for them and other people.
Yes. So they do what's best for them. Whatever they do, they are conscious of their actions. They think before they act. They know what they're doing. So they know that I cannot act sinfully because I have to avoid sin. I have to align with God. So they're conscious of their actions. Okay. Now, this brings us to one more big question. Is God some impersonal light or energy? So, we have discussed one example before, that if a stone comes through your window and crashes your television, if a stone comes in through your window and crashes your television, what is the first thing that you will ask? What is the first question?
Who threw the stone?
Yes. Who threw the stone? That means the energy that the stone is carrying is not automatically coming. The stone is not flying with some potency and energy and crashing the television. No. There is some person having that energy and strength who threw that stone with the same potency and the energy, which has the capability of breaking your television. Right? Did you understand this? Right? That means that the stone is the energy, but there must be an energetic who threw that stone with that energy, which has the potency of breaking your television screen. That means God cannot be energy. God is the energetic, and he has his energy. We can see energy, we can see the whole cosmos. This is the energy, but there must be an energetic behind it. Similarly, God cannot be light. See, for example, there is an example which I can take, that if some person has never ever seen a train in their life, never ever seen a train. Now they're so excited that finally they will be traveling in the train. So they go and they see that there is light that is coming. So they think that the train is light. They had never they never saw the train. So they thought that the light is the train. But some person actually knows that no, there is some source of the light, right? If yes, the train emanates the light, but the train is the source of that light. The engine, the boxes, they are the source of that light. So God is not impersonal light, Brahma Jyoti. God is not a Jyoti, right? Even if there is light, the source is Krishna. Now, you see, if I see light, I know that the light is coming from the tube. There is a source, tube light. Tube light also has a source through which that light is coming, right? If I see the movie, I know that it is not automatically, projecting. There is a projector. The projector is emanating the light. There is a source, right? Similarly, the light has a source. Bhagavan is not Jyoti. Bhagavan is not light. The light may be there, but the source of that light is Krishna. So God is a person. God has to be a person. If there is a creation, there must be a creator. If there is energy, with so much energy, the stone is being thrown. So there definitely must be an energetic behind it. See, a well-managed MNC with high-tech operation around the world. It must, behind all this, there must be a person who is running and managing it, right? There must be a person. Similarly, a country who is governed by the elected party, ultimately there is a person who is heading it, a person who is governing it, right? So, see, this gigantic universe having the perfect organization and control. Who is the person behind this gigantic manifestation? Krishna. See, there is a person. If an MNC needs, if an MNC needs a person, if the governance has a government, if an organization has an organizer, then definitely the whole creation must have a creator behind it. And Krishna himself says this in the Bhagavad Gita. Aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajate mam buddha bhava samanvita. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8. Devin, can you read this, what Krishna says himself in the Bhagavad Gita?
I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts.
Yes. So Krishna says that he is the source. He himself says, who can say in the whole world that I am the boss of everyone and all the living entities who exist are my servants? Who can say this? No, but Krishna says that I am the source, I am the master, worship me, because he wants every one of us to actually clean our hearts and abide by the dharma. Right? Now, one more. न तद् भासयते सूर्यो न शशांको न पावक यद् गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद् धाम परमं मम. Arpan, can you read this? What Krishna says?
That supreme abode of mine is not illuminated by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to the material world.
So Krishna says that we have sun, we have light, which illuminates this material world. But the light that is emanating out of Krishna's body is actually enough for illuminating the whole spiritual world. And one who goes there does not come back here again. Okay, so in the beginning, okay, so this is one important thing that we have to discuss. So in the beginning of the battle of Kurukshetra, you know what is the battle of Kurukshetra? The battle of Kurukshetra is where Mahabharata
Yeah.
happened. Yes, Arpan, do you know?
You just said it.
Yes, the
Where
battle
the
of Kurukshetra.
Pandavas and the Kauravas fight.
Yes, 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 exactly. Where the Pandavas and the Kauravas fight the battle of Mahabharata, that was the battle of Kurukshetra. Because it happened in a place called Kurukshetra, which is there in India. Right? Arjun was under stress that because he was depending on his own ideas of becoming happy without consulting Lord Krishna. So Arjun was in so much stress. You know, he said, Karpanya dosho pahata swabhava prichhami tvam dharma samudha cheta yat shreya nishchitam bruhitanme shishyastiham sadi mam tvam prapannam. He said that, my Lord Krishna, you are my master, you are my guru, you instruct me. My throat is drying up. I am getting sweat. My gandiv, my bow is slipping out of my hand. I cannot fight this battle, my lord. I give up. Why did Arjun say this? He wanted to replace the irreligion with religion. He wanted to establish dharma. Then why suddenly this thought? You know, because of this thought, Bhagavad Gita starts. Why did Krishna speak Bhagavad Gita? What was the need of speaking Bhagavad
It,
Gita?
it's because he didn't want to fight his family, his own family, because it's
Yes.
not righteous.
Yes, he saw that my guru is in front of me. My my grandfather is in front of me. My uncle is in front of me. My brothers are in front of me. Krishna, I cannot do this. I cannot fight. So what did he say? What was Arjun's lamentation? He said, can anyone read all of this? Shrey, can you read two, three of them?
My bow Gandiva is slipping from my hand. My whole body is trembling.
Yes, Shrey, Sahil.
Which one do I read?
There's anyone you want.
Oh, okay. My mouth is drying up.
Yes, the mouth is drying up. The hair is standing on the end. The limbs are quivering. I am forgetting myself. My mind is reeling. I am unable to stand any longer, Krishna. I cannot do this. I cannot fight. Right? Arjun was a friend and devotee of Lord Krishna. Realizing that Lord Krishna is his only shelter, Arjun prayed to be guided by him. And Krishna, being the supreme Lord, is the supreme well-wisher of his devotees. So therefore, by aligning with Krishna's guidance, now, so, when the Bhagavad Gita ended, what did Arjun say? Arjun said that I will abide by your orders. Karishye vachanam tava. I will abide by your orders. I am ready. So Krishna whispered something for 45 minutes in Arjun's ear. Krishna whispered something, and that was the whole Bhagavad Gita. whatever he whispered in the ears for 45 minutes. And then Arjun was saying, oh my God, I cannot do this. And he said that I cannot do this. And therefore, just out of the Bhagavad Gita, he said, Karishye vachanam tava. I will act as you tell me. I will follow your instructions. You just tell me and I will do it. Right? So, therefore, Arjun did not rely on his plans. He abided by the plans of Krishna. He abided by Krishna. Lord Krishna told Arjun to surrender unto him only. By doing so, Mahir, can you read by doing so? You can see the screen.
Yes. By doing so, one can become free from all suffering, ultimately attain the spiritual world.
Okay. So, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita then, Krishna says, Yatra, sorry, not, Krishna does not say this. This is actually the affirmation of the Bhagavad Gita. Sanjaya says this. It is the affirmation of the Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhute Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Now, what does Sanjay say? This is the affirmation that Bhagavad Gita gives us. Wherever there is Krishna. Arpan, can you read this? What does he say?
Yeah. Wherever there's Krishna, the master of all the mystics, and wherever there's Arjun, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion.
So wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Arjuna, there will be opulence, there will be victory, power, and mortality. Right? So there were 5 Pandavas. How many Kauravas were there?
100.
Yes,
101.
100.
No, it was 100.
Full 100. There were 5 Pandavas and 100 Kauravas. Who were in majority? The Kauravas. But who won the battle?
Pandavas.
Why? They were 5.
Because they had Krishna Bhagavan with them.
Yes. So wherever there is Krishna, there is victory. There is mortality, right? Yet the Pandavas won the battle. Why? See, this person, this person was there with them. Because of this person, they won the battle. Because they followed Dharma and they had father of Dharma, Lord Shri Krishna on their side. They were following Dharma and the father of Dharma was with them. See, does anyone who follows in the footsteps of Arjun will also be successful? What is meant by following the footsteps of Arjuna?
Submitting to Krishna and following
Yes.
his order.
Yes, following the orders of Krishna, aligning with God. Yes, perfect. So, Lord Krishna is Bhaktavatsal. He is the protector of his devotees. Do you know Draupadi? Devin, do you know who is Draupadi? I am not sure if you know.
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, so
The wife of Pandavas.
yes, maybe we'll move to this step in after a few sessions. I'll just brief you with some characters of the Mahabharata, and then I will come to this pastime. I cannot just jump directly on this right now. So let me go ahead. So I'll explain just like when our prayers go up, the blessings come down, right? So this was the boss and the Krishna is the boss and the soul, we are the servants, right? Now we come to what is the dharma of the soul, right? What is the dharma of the soul? What is the time? Okay, we have some time. What is the dharma of the soul? So, every living being renders service to someone, right? Every being. You're also rendering some service to someone. You may be not knowing it, but you aren't. See, the waiter is offering service to the person who comes in the restaurant. The teacher is offering service to the child. The mother is offering service to the child. The cub, see the tiger, this tiger is offering service to the cub. The doctor, the surgeons are offering service to the patients. You know, this girl, people have pets in their house. I don't know if you all have, but this girl is serving the pet, the cat, the dog, right? So every one of us is serving someone or the other, right? Even if, We are actually the insignificant servants and Lord is the master, right? We know we have to serve him. But even in this world, in the current position, even if we don't accept God as the master, still we accept many intermediate masters. See, in a company, you accept a boss. In a company, a person accepts the boss and he pleases him to get promotion. In a house, you accept your father as the master, the boss. You please him so that you can get some money, right? Or you please him to get the love, right? So in this world, no one can say that I am the master and everyone is my servant. But Krishna says, but such services in the world is terminated at the time of death, right? That even if I'm serving my father, even if I'm serving my mother, how many years? 50 more years, 60 more years, 70 more years, then terminated. But the soul serves the super soul eternally. Why? Can anyone tell why does the soul serves the super soul eternally? It's an easy one.
Because it's like higher and we want to become like that.
Because it's the dharma, soul's dharma to serve.
Yes, Rosie. It is the dharma of the soul to serve. So, because the living being, the soul is eternal, the supreme super soul is eternal. You will never die because you can never die. Sahir, how can I say that Sahir can never die? Can you die ever? Will you die?
My body will die.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I wanted this. Your body will die. You will not die because you are not the body. You are the soul. You will not die. Right? If you will not die, then how can the service to your father terminate? Sahil, you're serving your father, but it will end after 15 years. If you will not never die, so how can that service terminate?
Are you saying how can I serve my dad after I die?
No, see, I am asking that you are the soul and you will not die. But if you serve your father, right, that will terminate. That will terminate. And even when you get the next life, you will get another set of parents. You will serve them. Will that also terminate?
Yes.
Yes, that will also terminate. You can get the life of a fish. You serve the mother fish. That will also terminate. So what is that service that will never terminate?
Spiritual service outside of the material world.
Yes, when you know what is the dharma of the soul, and when you follow the dharma of the soul, see, I said that we all serve someone or the other. You tell me, Arpan, whom do you serve?
God.
Yes, but in this world right now,
Oh, well, my parents, mom,
yes,
sister.
your parents, you are serving your parents. Devin,
My parents as well.
okay. So you're serving your parents. You're serving your parents. You're serving your teacher.
No.
You're serving you're serving some pets at home. You're serving the parents. You're serving the teacher. So every side is laughing. So every one of us is serving someone or the other, right? So every one of us is engaged in some service or the other. Let me share the screen again. So every one of us is doing some service of the other. And every one of us is loving someone or the other, right? See, you can see all of these examples on the screen. But relationships and love in the material world is temporary. Every living being has that. See, we cannot oppose this tendency. You all said that you're serving someone and you're loving someone. You cannot oppose this tendency of yours to love, to serve, right? You just have to dovetail this tendency. See, Where should we repose our loving and serving propensity? Where should we repose it? Where should we redirect it? Now we come to the dharma of the soul. Dharma means the nature. What is the nature of the soul? Mahir, what is the nature of the soul?
To please Krishna
Yes, to please Krishna. How can we please Krishna? What is the nature of the soul?
by chanting or by doing
Yes,
Devotional service.
devotional services.
by chanting, by doing services, you can please Krishna. But what is the nature of the soul? See, you
To
are.
serve the person.
Yes, Sahil.
Lord Krishna.
Yes.
To serve the person.
Whatever we've discussed just now, that is the dharma of the soul. To dash and to dash.
To serve the super soul.
Yes. To serve and to love. This is the nature of all of us. All of us are serving someone, right? Even if you're not serving God right now. Even if you're not serving God right now, you are serving your teachers, you're serving your parents. Even if you're not loving Krishna right now, you're not in love with God right now. You're loving your mother, you're loving your iPad, you're loving your mobile, you're loving your headphones, you're loving your bed, you're loving your sleep. Something or other you're loving. Someone you're serving, someone you're loving. That is your nature. That is your dharma. That is the dharma of the soul. See, just like the nature or the dharma of the sugar, what is, Sahir, the nature of the sugar?
To be sweet.
Yes, to be sweet. What is the nature of the salt, Shrey?
To be salty.
To be salty. What is the nature of the ice, Shrey?
Cold.
Yes, to be cold, exactly. And Devin, what is the nature of the water?
To be nourishing and replenishing.
Yes, but what is the nature? The
To be what?
composition.
To be what?
Yes, to be liquid. Yes, to be wet. This is the nature. If the water is not liquid, will it be called water? No. If the ice is not cold, will it be called ice? If the sugar is not sweet, will it be sugar? If the salt is not salty, will it be salt? No. Only if all of these things abide by their dharma, by their nature, right? They can be who they are. Therefore, if we abide by our dharma, our nature, we can be who we are. Similarly, it is the nature of the soul to serve God with unconditioned love. All of us are finding love, but in this world, there is fake love. There is not unconditional love, right? We want that genuine love. See, in a train, you go in a train, the person who is serving the kachoris and the gulab jamun, they're saying, Puri le lo, puri, take the puris, take the puris, take the gulab jamuns, take the, take the samosas, take the kachoris. Why? He does not want to serve you. He wants money, right? So this is not genuine love. Right? All of us want genuine. Why do we run to home? Why did Mahir go fly to USA? Because he wanted that genuine love. When my exams ended on the 1st of April, on that same day I came back home. Why? Because I wanted that genuine love. So all of us are running for that genuine love. But that love that you get at home from your parents, will that be eternal? No, it will be terminated at death. Therefore, there is a term called God is eternal, soul is eternal. Therefore, the loving relationship between the two are also eternal. Therefore, it is called Sanatan Dharma. You must have heard the term Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan means eternal, and Dharma means the nature. Therefore, when the soul who is eternal serves the God who is eternal, this is called Sanatan Dharma. Therefore, in the spiritual world, Lord does not die, you do not die, and the service does not die. It never dies. Your dharma of serving lasts forever. The affection and the love lasts forever. Okay, Devin, can you read this?
That eternal love and service to God is called Santanta Dharma.
I wanted you to read this so that you could remember this term.
Santanta Dharma,
I will
yeah.
ask you this term in the next class if you remember it. Sanatan Dharma, right? That loves, that eternal love. What is Sanatan?
Siddhanta
Eternal.
is eternal, yeah.
Yes, eternal. And what is Dharma?
Love and service, or
Yes,
our nature.
nature. Nature. The nature to love and serve. And Sanatan means eternal. So, see, just as a man suffering from amnesia forgets his parents and relatives, we have forgotten our love and service to God. We have forgotten it. What can revive? I'm not sure if you would know the answer, but you can vaguely try to answer. What can revive that love and service to God? See, when a man suffering from amnesia, just like he forgets, I don't remember who is my parent, who are my parents, I don't remember my relatives. We have forgotten, I don't remember who is Krishna, I don't remember who is God. But there is something that we have that can revive that forgotten love and service to God.
We could like interact with holy activities like reading or chanting, and that will
Yes.
totally connect us.
Yes, correct. Correct. The chanting of the holy names, reading Bhagavad Gita, A, B, C, D, E. You do these A, B, C, D, E, you can revive that connection. You've forgotten. When you will do this, no, you will revive that connection and you will align with God. Everything will become crystal clear. Who are you? Who is God? What is your purpose? What is the service? Everything will become clear. Just be engaged in it. Do the A, B, C, D, E. Don't forget to chant. Don't forget to read. Don't forget to hear. Don't forget to go to the temple. Just do it. Keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing. You will revive that love and you will get that real blissful happiness. 100% Krishna guarantees it. If Krishna is guaranteeing it, then what more guarantee do you want, right? So you have two options. You serve dog or you serve God. There are only two letters that are exchanged, G-O-D or D-O-G. People are engaged in serving dogs. See, having forgotten God, we are reposing the love and service in temporary relations in this world, right? We have forgotten the love and service to God. Who are we serving? There is spouse-centeredness. We are engaging and reposing the love and service in the temporary relations. There is spouse-centeredness. Oh, sorry. Then there is family-centeredness. There is money-centeredness. There is work-centeredness. There is possession-centeredness. There is pleasure-centeredness. There is pet-centeredness. There is friends or enemy-centeredness. But where do we have to center this love and service, Shrey?
On God.
Yes. We are engaging all of this in the temporary relations of this world, which will terminate. It will not give us happiness. But if we engage it in God, in the service of God, then we can get the real happiness. So now, towards the end, there is this small phrases, some small poem, a small phrase that we will conclude with, that we are not gods, we are gods. We all are not gods. There is one singular supreme. We are meant to serve God. We are the servants. And in that only we will get happiness, because that is the dharma of the soul, to serve, to love. Right? We need to serve, we need to love. Only by following this nature of ours, this dharma of ours, we can be happy. So we are gods. We belong to God. We are the property of God. So we are not gods, we are gods. So it says, I am a tiny jiva. Jiva means living entity. I am a tiny living entity, not the ultimate God, but a tiny part and parcel servant of the Lord. Okay. Sahir, next you can read.
Leaving Lord's company, forced to be born in pain in the world, filled with agony again and again.
Arpan, next.
Krishna is my Lord, the source of all existence. His form is imperishable, full of six opulences.
Devin.
He pays a visit to this world out of his own sweet will to please and protect his devotees and punish the evil.
Shrey.
I am only Brahman, but Krishna is Para Brahma. My power is limited, his potencies are unlimited.
Brahman. See, Brahman means I am a fragmented part and parcel, small soul, which is a part and parcel of Krishna. Para Brahman means he is the super soul, right? He is unlimited, but my power is limited, right? Mahir? Thank you.
Yes, I can make a swimming pool. God creates oceans. I can fly a rockets, but God floats huge planets.
Yes. I invented dome light, but God creates moonlight. We make ordinary dolls, but the Lord made us all. Lord is the actual doer. I am just an imitator. Lord is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. Who deserves everyone's love and humble service? I am a tiny jiva, living entity, cast in oceanic material world. Okay, Prapti is also here. Okay, I'll read this. Lord is the greatest of all. Let us accept this fact at heart. We're his tiny servants. Let's realize and serve him with joy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, everyone. So everyone can share one or two learnings which they had or sum up the whole session.
Okay.
I learned like the important acronym match, mercy, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and chanting, which are ways we can like associate with God.
Yes.
The four is accepting, then acting for God and alignment. What we can alignment? Yes, alignment for God.
Acceptance of God
Acting, acceptance,
and
alignment, acting
for the pleasure of God
for the pleasure and acting
on behalf
for
of.
the on behalf of God.
Yes.
Acting on behalf of
I learned how God has all six of the opulences and how we can be like, revolve around our family, our friends, but we should revolve around God.
Yes.
I learned that dharma is your nature, and our nature is to serve the super soul. And internal love for God is sananta dharma. And I also learned about the mercy, austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness, and holiness.
Thank you. Arpan?
I learned about who we are and who God is. Like parts of, and we're parts of the soul of God, but God is a super soul.